Today, Apple held their annual keynote for the 2018 WWDC Worldwide Developers Conference in San Jose, California, where the focus was all on software, despite hopes for some new hardware improvements and releases. Apple unveiled new versions of their four main operating systems, including iOS 12, macOS Mojave, watchOS 5, and tvOS. As always, Apple's CEO Tim Cook took the stage to kick things off with some stats about the App Store and developer payouts. The first updates announced were for iOS 12, Apple's highly anticipated next mobile device OS release. The competently coiffed Craig Federighi took the stage to talk about iOS 12's improvements, which included a various set of updates and features while keeping the same general design as iOS 11, but not before taking yet another dig at Android for their significantly lower install base of their latest operating system compared to iOS, with 81% of devices running iOS 11. iOS 12 is putting performance at the forefront, being able to ramp performance quickly for high-demand tasks and fall off just as quickly when peak performance is no longer necessary. Older devices even see a boost in performance, decreasing lag for general tasks such as access to on-screen controls and app launching. One feature where this is useful is with Apple's updated ARKit 2 and its support for multi-users with shared experience integration. With ARKit 2, you can have up to 4 participants with different devices in a shared augmented reality activity. Apple also announced a new file type they have been working on with several different companies, including Adobe, that allows for embedding of 3D models in web pages or other media for the use to interact with objects on screen and even view them in world using AR. The Photos app received improvements for search and photo organization, with smart notifications for sharing certain photos with a specific person based on machine learning. One of the more anticipated updates expected at this conference has been to Siri, Apple's voice assistant, who has been falling behind in native functionality compared to other top voice assistants, such as Amazon's Alexa and Google's Google Assistant. Apple's most significant update to Siri in iOS 12 is called Shortcuts. Shortcuts allow for assigned actions via third-party app integration, using specific voice commands for Siri to execute. There is even a new Shortcuts app that lets you create chains of actions based on a single command. Shortcuts have the potential to make Siri even more powerful of a tool. Better yet, these updates to Siri will enable this functionality across all devices, including HomePod, which has been stunted for limited Siri functionality since its release in February of this year. Aligning with recent rumors, Apple also announced a suite of features to help us actually use our devices less and escape the digital world in favor of real-world interactions. With iOS 12, we will be able to set more conditional-based settings for Do Not Disturb, based on duration, time of day, location, or even relative to calendar events. Notifications were a topic of this as well, with more accessibility to settings and a mode for hiding notifications on the lock screen overnight until you are ready to view them in the morning. Notifications also received a much welcome update that many have been begging for, with grouping based on app and the ability to clear an entire set of notifications from one app with just a swipe. That's one less thing for Android users to hold over iOS fans. App usage tracking and the ability to set limits is another welcome feature that many will benefit from in curbing device reliance. With iOS 12, you have the ability to track your usage throughout the day and set limits for yourself in order to curb some of the usage on specific apps, where you'll receive notifications once your time limit is almost reached. And in this post-iPhone X world we live in, we can't go without updates to our animated masks we call Animoji. iOS 12 will introduce tongue detection to Animoji, no doubt an obsession brought to us by certain Snapchat filters, even introducing some new Animoji characters. But Apple didn't stop there, announcing a new variant they call Memoji, which allows you to create an Animoji of yourself from a host of different feature options that can be accessed not only in Messages, but also in the Camera app, now alongside stickers, as well as in FaceTime, which saw its own update with group calling that supports up to a whopping 32 FaceTime devices in one call. Using a dynamic interface, FaceTime gives priority to the speaker at any given time during a call. And of course, during the live demo, Tim had to join in on the fun. iOS 12 will be supported on the same full range of devices as iOS 11, and will be available alongside macOS Mojave, watchOS 5, and tvOS this fall.